All right, let's just jump right in. We're not talking about some incremental update here. The next iPhone or a slightly faster computer chip. No, we are talking about a fundamental tectonic shift, a mass extinction event for technologies that we literally use every single day. So think of this as your guide to what's about to vanish, and maybe more importantly, why it's all happening.
And this quote, this really gets to the absolute heart of it. For decades, every piece of software, every single app, every website you've ever used was built with one simple idea in mind. A human being would be on the other side, clicking and typing. But that's just not the case anymore. That human is no longer the primary user. And that means the entire foundation of modern technology is crumbling.
So the most crucial thing to get is that this isn't some slow, gradual evolution. It's a rapid, almost cataclysmic event. And the asteroid that's hurtling towards this digital world? It's the rise of autonomous AI agents. They're the new apex predator on the block, and they are changing all the rules of the game.
Let's start with the stuff you can actually hold in your hand. The devices and objects that are, frankly, already on life support. You might actually be surprised by what's on this list.
First up on the chopping block, the video game console. I know, for so many of us, it's been the centerpiece of our living rooms for decades. But as a strategic priority for the companies that make them, its days are seriously numbered.
And here's where it gets really interesting. For a company like Microsoft, which is betting its entire future on AI, that metal box under your TV is basically an antique. I mean, the co-founder of Xbox himself says the brand is being put into palliative care. Think about that. The future isn't a dedicated box. It's an AI-generated stream of endless content, delivered to any screen you happen to own whenever you want it.
Next up, the humble cable. Yeah, that tangled mess of wires in your drawer, the one you can never seem to find when you need it. Its time is almost up.
And look, this isn't just some fantasy of having a cleaner desk. The technology is already here and making it a reality. You've got new standards like Q2, which means wireless charging is now just as fast as plugging in. New Wi-Fi standards can move gigantic files in seconds, no cable needed. And get this, you can even use your phone as a wireless charger for your watch or your earbuds. That physical tether for both power and data is being snipped for good.
And how about this one? The one device we probably lose in the couch cushions more than any other. Yep, the remote control is quickly becoming a relic.
This is something we're already seeing happen all around us, right? We're asking our smart speakers to play music or turn on the lights. Our phone already acts as a remote for pretty much everything. But the real nail in the coffin is predictive AI. Systems that start to anticipate what you want before you even ask for it, making a physical button totally redundant.
Okay, from the living room, let's go to our wallets. Because physical cash and the big clunky machines that dispense it are just fading away from our daily lives.
We all see digital wallets like Apple Pay taking over, but there's a really deep economic reason for the ATM's demise. For an ATM to even stay relevant in an AI world, it would need a massive, incredibly expensive intelligence upgrade. And for most banks, the math just doesn't work. It's way cheaper to let them die and pour that money into their digital platforms instead.
Okay, so we've covered the physical world. Now let's move on to something more abstract, but honestly an even more profound extinction event. The death of digital ideas that we've taken for granted for decades.
This slide right here shows the whole paradigm shift. The entire goal of how we design software is changing. We are moving from a world that was obsessed with making things pretty and easy for humans, user experience, to a world that only values raw speed and efficiency for AI agents.
Now, this is a truly mind-bending change. For 20 years, the whole goal of a tech company was to get you to spend more time on their app. But with AI, that is completely flipped on its head. Every time you ask a chatbot a question or generate an image, it requires a huge amount of computational power. And that power costs real money. It's a cost called inference. All of a sudden, your interaction isn't an asset to be sold to advertisers. It's a liability, a cost on a balance sheet.
So this leads us to a brand new business model, B2A, or business to agent. The most valuable customer in this new world is no longer a person clicking buttons. It's an AI calling an API millions of times a day. And honestly, software companies that don't adapt to serve these new agent customers, they're just not going to survive. Well, if the main user is an AI agent, then the screen itself becomes way less important. The graphical user interface, the desktop, the icons, the windows, it's being demoted. It's going from being the main event to just a simple confirmation screen. And get this,
We're being trained for this shift right now, out in public, in the most unlikely of places, the fast food drive-thru. Every time you talk to an AI to order a burger and fries, you're learning to trust a voice-first, screen-second way of doing things.
And of course, the password. This one just feels overdue, doesn't it? It is the classic example of a clunky, human-centric point of friction, and it's being rapidly replaced by passkeys and biometrics, systems designed from the ground up for security and machine-level speed, not for faulty human memory.
Okay, so you've got this new type of user, you've got new business models, new interfaces. How does all of this actually build into a new economy? Let's look at how these changes are creating an entirely new economic landscape right before our eyes.
This number is just staggering. Experts are predicting a 70 to 90% drop in the cost of running AI, that inference cost we talked about, year after year. As AI becomes practically free to operate, it becomes economically insane to keep maintaining old, clunky, underpowered hardware that just can't keep up. And this new economy is solving a huge problem of complexity. Take something like corporate security. The average IT manager today is juggling over 70, that's 70 different single-purpose security apps. It's impossible. The solution? A single AI agent that can consolidate all that complexity and do the work of dozens of those little apps.
This table here really just perfectly summarizes the new rules. Look at the shift. The goal is no longer maximizing your time on a site, it's minimizing the time it takes to get an outcome. The key metric isn't page views, it's how fast a task gets done. The value has shifted completely from selling your attention to saving your time.
So after all this extinction, all this upheaval, what does it actually mean for us? I mean, where do we, as humans, fit into this new agent-driven world? This, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. The entire power dynamic has shifted. We're no longer the ones directly operating the software. We're becoming the supervisors of the agents who operate it on our behalf.
And that leaves us with the biggest question of all. When the entire digital world is no longer built primarily for human interaction, what does our role become? What's the uniquely human value that we bring to the table? That's the question we all need to start thinking about.